Hi everyone, doing another video. That was very quick matchup. I'm playing Luminary, rated 1673 from the United States. I'm gonna, well, I'm gonna try to play faster than last time because the main reason I lost the last game was time trouble, which is a very common pattern that I'm experiencing in pretty much all time controls. I'm pretty sure it's happening less than before, so that's progress, but I was disappointed to lose the last ICC game. I need to just play the opening a bit more confidently, and even if it's not the best, just try and just get a decent position really. Just play knight to f6. So far I think it's a pretty standard opening. I've gone over the lines a little bit, so let's see how it develops. I think in this position I can play queen to d6. Something like that. Order thought should be fine. Let's see if he closes his bishop in. I mean, this move is preventing the development of his bishop because I can't take b2 if he develops his bishop. There's that. Let's go back here. Take away the f4 square from his bishop. This line should be okay for black. It's going to develop that way, huh? This might end up being very similar to the position I played in the tournament game, except he did not push c5. So let's see. I probably want to develop my bishop in g7 here. Well, he wants to play my bishop to f4 here. I'll just go back to d8. It's not a big deal of it. Yeah, no problem. I mean, there's no point. I don't think there's a point anyway to develop his bishop out of the pawn chain anymore, because if he plays e3, he's weakening his knight squares, which are going to be a target for my bishop anyway. So I'm just thinking which bishop. I want to develop this bishop first, so I can just play queen to b7 if needed. If he plays bishop to f4, queen to b7, trying to exchange the knights for a bishop. That's my plan. And I'm actually playing this most confidently because in the tournament game I took ages to find a decent move, and as I said, the position was very similar except the c platform was on c4. Do I develop my bishop, or do I just play my queen to b7? You can avoid exchanging pieces quite easily anyway. Queen to b7 and just moves his rook and he's fine, so I'm just going to develop my bishop for now. Also, he has knight to e5 obviously, so queen to c8 might be better at some point. Yeah, if he plays bishop to f4, queen to c8, not to b7. So yeah, I analyzed this position after the game with a few of my stronger teammates who've been playing for a bit longer, and they said that bishop to f5 is actually, a decent move, because if he plays knight to h4, just go back to d6 and I'm okay. And right now, I could play bishop to h3. That's my plan. So let's see what happens. I have a decent position, and I'm not down on the clock as I usually am, so that's a big advantage. I might have to slow down soon. I do have plenty of time, and I do have a reasonable enough position to try and get something out of this. Let's examine luminary. It's played 534 games. That's pretty low for most of the ICC players. I've seen they have like thousands of games. Peak rating of 1982. Not bad. I'm be proud of that. Was my peak rating. Yeah. Plenty of masters at that kind of range, I think. Yeah, he's avoiding the bishop trade. At the same time, maybe we can play e4 soon. I can put my knight down myself, and then put my bishop there. It is possible. I think I might do that. This move is also something I talked about after the tournament game. If it's a good move, then that's something right from the tournament game, isn't it? I guess part of the idea is that while I'm opening up my bishop a bit, if I take his knight, I'm doubling up his pawns, which you might have compensation for, but I don't want to take that knight because his queen goes to a very nice square where she can try and help exchange my g7 bishop, and we don't want to lose this bishop. If I let him take, he will win a pawn. Attack his bishop with g5, but I don't think that's doing very much. Is it? Well, I can win this pawn right now as well if I just go for that pawn. Maybe that's working. Well, maybe if I take on f7 and then play bishop takes, maybe that's okay. I win 2 pawns and his king is a bit exposed. That could work. It's a little bit awkward for him. He weakens his c5 pawn as well. Probably falling. It's an interesting move. Knight takes on f2. If I take on c3, he takes with the b pawn, and the b file might be just very nice for him. I'm not too happy about that. Actually, I will win c5. I win 3 pawns on, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let's do that. 3 pawns for my knight. So knight takes on f2. King takes, bishop takes. He has to. Well, he can defend with his bishop actually. But then his king is like out in the open. Let's do that. Why not? It looks good. mean, he has no choice but to take the knight. So I'm not sure what he's calculating, unless he just wants to be down a clear pawn. He's moving his queen away. Doesn't seem good at all, does it? And I get knight to h3 check. He's in trouble, so so he has to take that. He can't not take it. He will take it eventually. It's just I find it funny when people, including myself, analyze moves like this because they're pretty obvious. You just can't believe it. So right now he's thinking, what is my opponent doing? What is simplydt doing here? Surely it is unsound, and it probably is. But I like the look of it. So I am tired today as well. I had to go shopping for shoes, which is boring as hell. Tiring as hell. So many people like shopping. I hate shopping. Go on, take my knight. Then bishop takes on d4, and then he plays bishop to e3. I'll just take his bishop. Now his king is on e3, and just looks like a fun position to be playing from the black side. I wonder if there was anything stronger. The imping g5 is doing very much. Maybe g5. You could just take my knight, and I'm not too sure about that position. Well, I'm gonna have a slight time advantage thanks to this sacrifice. That's nice. I still am of the opinion that time is very important in almost any time control. And even playing like 19-minute games. The reason I lost my last tournament was my opponent had a time advantage and there was no increment, so eventually I had like 7 minutes, which is 20 minutes, and even though the game was very, very even up to that point, when I got down to 7 minutes, I wasn't able to readjust my game and I blundered. So that was a sad conclusion to an otherwise pretty strong game with the black pieces. So yeah, I think holding time advantage is really, really important psychologically, and I got it in this game. I'm still not sure why he's not taking the knight. Maybe he's not seeing bishop to e3. Maybe he thinks I'm losing 3 pawns. I mean, they're central pawns as well, so that's nice. If he lets me take the pawn on c5 as well. Or maybe he sees something that I don't see. King takes. Well, is there anything better than bishop takes me before check? I don't think there is. So let's go check. Let's keep my time advantage. Maybe if he plays bishop to e3, I have something better. And his bishop's awkward there, blocking that pawn. But his king is awkward there as well. I could take the knight, and he's got double pawns, and one of them will fall eventually. If I take the bishop, oh, he doesn't, he lets me take. But I'm not sure that's his best option. I mean, now I get this pawn, right? I'm pretty sure I do. I don't see what he's playing, and now I have 3 pawns for the piece, and his king is in a very awkward position. That's your plan, is it? I can play bishop to g4, attacking his queen. Trying to open up the position. Bishop to g4 and maybe d4. Bishop to e6 as well. And all my pawns are on line squares, so this bishop isn't particularly great, so maybe I do want to trade it by playing bishop to g4. Queen to a6 looks very interesting as well. Or I can play bishop to h3 as well. That looks kind of fun. Let's see when I play bishop to e3 though. That's not a problem. Bishop to h3 and bishop to g4. And bishop to g4. If he plays knight to f3, now I'm gonna play this. And his knight's been for a while, hasn't it? So yeah. I am thinking of b4. I don't want him to completely open out this position because his rook will become very active and my king is right there actually. So very unbalanced position. b6 is that a good move? Trying to play queen to a6 check. Especially if my bishop is allowed to stay on this diagonal, that could be very nice move. Or his knight. d4, d5. That has to be strong. Where's his knight going? I mean, d4. If he goes to a4, that's probably okay for him, isn't it? d4, knight to a4, and what? Don't really want to put my bishop. Well, I could put my bishop back. Oh no, I don't want to do that actually. Well, let's see what he plays right now. I could just play bishop to d6 and then I could trades. Even though my rook develops, that's not particularly great. Is it? It's nice to have time advantage. Makes a change. Makes me happy even if I don't win this game. Nice to have a time advantage. And I wrote blog post recently. And the reason I like to memorize opening lines is because it helps you build the time advantage, especially in this kind of low time controls. I mean, in 15 minutes, if you try and think about the best opening moves despite knowing opening principles, you use time. So memorizing the first few moves is definitely useful. Despite what other people argue, I think from my level, I've only been playing chess for like 2 years seriously, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't teach somebody at a beginner level to memorize lines. I think they definitely need to learn the principles, but I've studied principles, I know what they are, I can work it out on my own. It just takes time, and then you get in time trouble. And he's pretty close to time trouble. I have double the time I think he has now. Very useful, so I just need to keep playing complicated moves, and then he ought to blunder somewhere if he gets me a minute. So it's looking good. That was just a fun way to play the position as well, wasn't it? His king could have gone out to e3. Just that was probably his best move because I didn't see a direct way to exploit his king being there. So he should have probably played bishop to d3 then. We'll see what the computer says. I mean, as awkward as his king looks there. Okay. I don't know if this is good for him. He gets to discover attack on the bishop somehow, but I don't like that my knight on b8 is not developed. Maybe I will develop it now to a e6, but then he takes. E5 is not quite working. Maybe I will play d4, knight to queen to join attack somehow. Somehow she needs to join attack. Question is how. B, b6. b6 might be working. Defends the bishop. Stops any discovered attacks, and if he takes the pawn, I have queen to a6 check, which could get nasty for him. Play that. Put the pressure on him. Let's do it. If he doesn't play, if he doesn't take my pawn, I can push d4, and that won't be that dangerous, will it? Well, I probably will play d4. He takes, okay. Yeah, it's probably his best move. So I can play queen to a6 check now, and I'm kinda like really take a hold of the position like that, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that for now.
Check.
So that I close, I get rid of his active rook, and kind of blocks the line for him, and obviously takes some of his time. And after that, I'm in slight trouble. If his bishop, I can get rid of that bishop. I could have checkmate with my bishop here. That'd be pretty nice. So I might just castle right now. Just castle, and then if he takes, I take with my knight, and that could be okay. I think that's the way I want to play it. get my king out of there. Just takes the pawn. Obviously he can do that if he wants to. Take with a knight. This might be losing, but it's been fun. I think I can still win this. It's gonna be in time pressure soon. I'm only down a pawn in material, and I know that you can get a second one there. But that might not be too great then. If he plays h3, I can play. Okay, let's take. So I take with a knight as a piece sacrifice, and he takes with the bishop. Maybe I can somehow get him to take my rook on a8, and then I take back the bishop, and then bishop to h3 becomes, it seems like unstoppable almost. I mean, he can move his rook and try and run away that way, but then no, he can't. Okay, so knight takes, bishop takes, rook f to c8. If he takes my rook, I take his bishop, and then the idea is to play bishop to h3 check, but he can actually just play king to g2, and then he's fine, right? Yeah, I think he'll be fine. That sucks. Then just knight takes, bishop back, and then, well, if he takes my knight, I can just check him, and if he puts the bishop back, I can check again, and then I can win back, and I can't win that knight. Oh no, the fun's soon over. I have to have something here. Come on. Think of it. What about knight takes, bishop takes, check. He puts back the bishop, and then I play queen to b. That might work. Queen to b7. How is he defending that? Queen to e4, I guess. Queen to e4 saves the day. He's lucky because that is so almost working. And I could just get my rook on f8 again somehow. Maybe I can just play bishop to f5 first to get rid of his queen out of that spot, and then he can play knight there. Then I can just win back that pawn. I might do that. That does look good. Queen to c4 looks like a good move for him. Very annoying one. Oh no, okay, well that gets his queen out of that square, so maybe now this is working. So knight takes on c4, bishop takes, check. He has to defend with the bishop, and then queen to b7, and that, how's he defending that? Well now I don't see a defense for that, so I'm gonna take that. And I wonder if you'll notice that he only has 2 minutes to realize that if he takes a knight, it's looking very good indeed for me. Okay,
Check.
check. So this works. He takes. I can still. No, I should be at least winning my material back. I think. Well, that queen defends that square. No, disaster. Oh, it looked like it was working. How do I do this? I am missing a knight, but there has to be something still that works here. Let's see. Maybe just bishop to b4. If he takes, then he's in trouble. And if he moves to d3, I can attack the queen with the rook. Yeah, he has queen to d3. Well, I can win that rook at least. Get some material back, I guess. Okay, so rook to d8. Rook a to d8, rook f to d8. I'm down a lot of material here. It's not looking good anymore. I can win the exchange back, but I need to take that first. He's attacking my bishop. How do I play this? I might just have to go for this.
Check. Can I play e5 here? That's unfortunate. Right. I'm losing too much material. Nah.
I can play rook to b5 and then he defends the bishop again. How about rook to c8? I can get a draw somehow. Yeah. This do not lose a bishop. I think he does. Let's take it. You can take.
Check.
Ah, okay. Nice. It's playing well. Rook here. Rook to c2. No, my rook is defended, isn't it? Rook to c2 doesn't defend. Rook to b8. No, rook to b8 as well. This queen is very, very nicely placed. It's really annoying. Let's attack his queen with rook to e3 now, and we could trade both rooks. No, that could work. He has no checks either. But then after I do check him, then I don't have any more checks. Not like I can win back my. Something like that. It's a fun move to play at least. I do have 30 seconds left, so somehow he has the kind of advantage now. I did go wrong somewhere there, and it has been a fun game though. I should try and find more opening lines out of this. We take to the bishop, queen takes knight first, check. That's it, that's the idea. Yeah, okay.
Check.
I don't want to trade queens. It's okay. Now I'm attacking his knight.
Check.
I see, I saw that. We're gonna try and go for a draw. Okay. Well, queen to
Time warning.
as well. Yes. Yeah, okay. Well, I can play G4 now, can I? So I'm gonna do that. G5, sorry. I maybe should have just tried and played King H5, try and get my. Oh, well, I don't want to fall on the check. Might play King H5 next. Try and get my king here to H3. That would be fun. He's a bit tied down right now. So yeah, King to H5 is my next move. You see the bold king can join the attack and rescue something here. He had a perpetual there with Queen to H3 check, but he didn't go for that. Okay, he goes for that. That probably settles it. Ah, what a shame. Yeah, I can get a perpetual now somehow. There might have been something better than that with the time lapse. It's not easy to see. Maybe Queen to E6 forces it. Let me have a check. I'm just gonna pawn. Really?
Check. Check.
Hmm. Right, sacrifice a pawn here. My camels a pawn actually kind of. What do I do? What do I do? Quick, quick. This. Hmm.
Check. Check. Check.
Hmm.
Check. 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 Check.
I would trade queens down. Oh, okay.
Check.
Material is almost equal.
Check.
I have no time to think of anything other than checks, checks, checks. Oh, that's not good. Hmm. It's really not good. Let's go here.
check,
Yeah. I have one move down. Alright, checkmate one. That's unfortunate. Finding the. Alright, well, let's see what the computer says. Yeah, it's checkmate in one, so I'm not sure what's thinking. He's not playing well. Come on. It's not hard.
checkmate,
Thank you. Alright. Come on. Let's see then. White has an advantage in this line, but eventually it's, you know, just a normal advantage it seems. Castles is my best move here instead of playing the knight. Oh, castles first. Okay, that does make sense. Knight takes on d2 is my best move. What I did is not sound, as you can see. It's giving up material. Knight takes on d2 is the best move. So keep it evenish.
check,
That was yeah, he has material. That was not sound. I wonder why I played that. It's kind of felt like it today, I think. I think I got chances though.
check,
Oh, okay, here, I really thought I had something here. But no, I think the game was just
check,
downhill since the unsound sacrifice. Let's see if I actually do get a chance somewhere.
check, check,
Doesn't look like it so far.
check, check,
Actually, 5 is the best move. Rook takes
check,
check is the only move. Okay, so I didn't waste any chances at least. He has an advantage on a 4 piece here.
check, check,
He has an 4 here. He doesn't take it.
check, 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 check,
Yeah, I didn't have anything.
check, checkmate,
Yeah, okay, well. That was an unsound sacrifice that I shouldn't have made, and I should have just played this evening. Okay, so I should play castles. We'll play knight h4, bishop e6, a3, knight b7, just develop the normal game. Queen b2, b6, and the game is even. I guess, I don't know, see if he plays. Yeah, bishop takes on h6, queen takes on h6, and I'm fine apparently. In this position, it doesn't matter if I give up my king, get to bishop, it looks like. So, let's see, castles. Not here. Bishop e6. e3. Knight b7. Queen c2. f6. e4. Knight h5. Bishop back to e3. e5. Okay, so that's how black should play here. Not how I played, like this. It does make sense. Just developing pieces, castle. Didn't do any of that. Something took over, and I decided to, first of all, I violated my opening principles here. don't move the knight, don't move a piece twice until everything's developed. And he's ahead of development. All he needs to do is move his queen and his rooks are connected. He's basically out of the opening. I need to castle, I need to move my knight, and I need to move my queen. I'm behind. I should not be playing knight to e4. It's fairly maybe later, not at that point. I should have slowed down and thought about that. If that gives him an advantage, and even after knight takes in e2, I was thinking knight takes in c4 would be better. And then castles. No, that's also not bad. I mean, e4. He has an advantage, but not obviously not as large as what I gave him. Yeah, well, it was fun to play at least. I'll try and get back on winning ways next game and play better. Yeah, not unsound sacrifices next game. They gave me a time advantage then, but he got it back later when my attack was just dead. My queen was nowhere near that side of the board. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Bye bye.